I ain't got food. I got family. Sorry. So it's official. I am 2 weeks into this bulk and I'm already up 5 pounds. Most of that is probably water weight. Some of it might be some new muscle tissue starting to form, but definitely some of it is more fat. I'm definitely fatter. However, in my opinion, everything from here on down is looking better than it was 2 weeks ago. Like, I know I'm definitely fatter. Like, I can feel like a little bit more body fat on me than it was 2 weeks ago. But in every picture and like little video clip I've taken and just looking in the mirror, I definitely look better than I did 2 weeks ago, in my opinion. At least more towards the goal I'm going for. That's like more muscles, bigger, maybe better proportions. It just looks like my muscles are more like filled out, more plump. Bro. Finally filling out some clothes. It even also looks like I'm more ripped, even though I'm more fat. Yeah, I don't know, you tell me. I certainly think like I'm looking better. I feel like my face does a better job at a lighter weight, like, but this is what we're working on right now. We did the looks maxing before, we jumped off that ship. We're all down here now. Now the silliest part behind this whole surprise to me is going into this bulk, I really felt like I failed. Let me explain. As you see, I had a goal where I was thinking like, I want to come into this bulk shredded, bro. I want to be as lean as I can get naturally and just start fresh with like no body fat on and just like bulk out. Well, my willpower was just not there. It was not there this entire summer. This whole entire summer was literally like a struggle to try to get lean. I had a little spurt in there where I felt like I was getting leaner, but I blew it. I blew it with the Sam Sulik challenge. After that, I couldn't get back on track. It's just the truth, really. I tried a little bit during the looks maxing thing to get a little bit leaner. I think I did. But all in all, kind of like all these yo-yos, in my opinion, towards the beginning of this bulk, towards the end of the cut, I feel like I was looking more like skinny fat, to be honest with you. I feel like I probably put on more fat and actually like lost muscle size. The goal months ago was to look shredded before I started this, but it just didn't happen. Anyways, I would think, oh my gosh, I'm screwed, right? I'm starting this skinny fat and I'm gonna bulk and I'm gonna just now get fat. When in reality, it appears in my situation, I might have just been not treating my muscles properly with the proper nutrition, at least on a consistent level, right? I think consistency is a big part. All that yo-yoing, not consistent. But now that I started this bulk, 2 weeks in, eating more calories, more of a surplus, I feel like my muscles have just like soaked up that high quality food. And I'll get into what I'm eating in a second. I think that has a lot to do with it too. But I feel like my muscles have filled up, have like pushed out perhaps. And even though I know I am getting, like I do feel like I put on a little bit of body fat, the illusion of the muscles pushing out, I feel like I'm looking better from here on down. But now there are some elements to this bulk that I've been doing that I think has saved me from just getting super bloated and looking like a tub. So a quick breakdown on kind of how I've been eating these last 2 weeks. First of all, a surplus. I've been eating a surplus of calories for sure every day consistently. Now, I've estimated my daily calorie maintenance to be around 3,000 calories. Now, I've been eating about 4,000 calories every single day for these last 2 weeks, plus or minus probably like 300 calories on certain days. Now, unlike before where I was kind of intermittent fasting or hack fasting 5 out of 7 days of the week, I kind of flipped that. Now I'm eating frequent meals 5 out of 7 days of the week and maybe doing an intermittent fast or kind of waiting a little bit till I eat on those 2 out of the 7 days. It's only been 2 weeks though, okay? So it's only been 2 weeks. But regardless, I've been eating about 4 meals a day. Each meal has high quality protein in it and each meal is hearty. If you saw my video where I'm gonna do the farm boy bulk, that's pretty much what I've been doing. I'm eating hearty, home cooked, home style like meals. I'm talking like potatoes, cheese, butter. I've been adding a decent amount of butter to pretty much every plate. But all in all, every day I'm getting at least 200 grams of protein in. Like I have an example day right here, 4,020 calories, 246 grams of protein, 391 grams of carbs, 170 grams of fat. So kind of high in the fat, but for me, I feel like that's been helping me get the calories down And like I mentioned when I started this, I could go into like this whole deep theory I have, but I feel like I wanted to add more of these, like, it's gonna be controversial, saturated fats that are from like very quality sources. I'm not gonna get into that whole like theory that I have right now. It's just a self-experimentation that I'm doing with this experiment, adding in more of these saturated fats. Could it be bad? Could it be good? I'm just trying to find out for myself. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. For this video, what's important is I'm eating in a surplus. I'm eating high quality foods, high quality protein. And I think what's really important also is not a lot of sweets, not a lot of sweet, sugary food. And that is what I think has been helping me not look super like bloated and just water retentive. Even though I know some of this is definitely water weight, most of it is. But like seriously, if I would just be like slamming the sugary cereal, eating the cupcakes, the cookies, drinking the sodas and the whatever energy drinks, and while eating all this food and like takeout and whatnot, like I could still be hitting my protein, but with all that processed sugar, at least from my own experience when I've done something like that, the water weight goes insane. And honestly, I usually feel terrible when I do something like that, or when I've done something like that in the past. For example, let's look at the peak of last year's bulk. Well, actually it happened in the beginning of this year, but dang, bro. Now this was on vacation, but during that, it was like towards the peak of the bulk, and I was eating a lot of the processed food, the sugary pastries, what are they called? The pecan rolls, sugary rolls. Little pieces of cheesecake at night. But I was also eating protein as well, but it was in the form of like sweet and sour chicken, stuff like that. So yeah, just the water retentiveness was just terrible. I looked like a swollen whale, and I was only like 199-ish pounds at the peak of this, where right now I'm like, if I weigh myself at night, I'm pushing 200. I am already pushing 199 at night. But I'm feeling so much better. That's another thing I want to just mention right now. My joints feel so much better. My mood feels better. I feel more clear. I feel like I can think better. I feel better. Not your typical bulk so far, but like I just mentioned, I think a lot of this has to do with not eating the crappy foods, staying away from the crappy foods. But that is not to say I have not been enjoying a glass of eggnog every once in a while. Okay, it's the holiday season, and that's not to say I will not be enjoying a piece of pie, 2 or 8 pieces on Thanksgiving. I will. All right, so speaking of that, it's only been 2 weeks. What has the workout split been like? So it's a little bit unconventional. It's not a typical bro split. It's not even like a strength split. This is just what I've been doing for the past 2 weeks, and I'm definitely gonna change it up coming up soon, but I think I might run this for like 1 or 2 more weeks because it's actually been working, and I feel like there's some components to this that are very beneficial for me. I took a lot of things that I've learned and experimented with out of all these experiments, and that's kind of how I built this first phase of this training program. So I start my week Monday, and Monday is just a mobility day, a mobility-based workout day with like range of motion workouts, very similar to what I did in that range of motion video. I feel like this is seriously actually helping me very well. I feel like this is necessary for me at least to get bigger, stronger, and not get more useless. But also with this mobility day, I do throw in a little bit of like cardio, a little bit of like just kind of fun, whatever I want to do. Trampoline sessions are kind of what I've been doing now. The movements are so variable on the trampoline. I feel like it helps like stabilize the body from the core out. Maybe it's just because I think it's fun. I always like the trampoline. I know I'm like a grown man on the trampoline, but I really feel like it's beneficial. That's just me. But yeah, also on this day with the mobility workouts, the trampoline, etc., we're kind of hitting the legs. So then on Tuesday, I've been going into upper body calisthenics. So stuff like handstands, straddle planche attempts, but also just like push-ups, pull-ups, L-sits, tucked levers, tucked planche, just like working on that fundamental upper body core strength. And then I've also been adding in weighted calisthenics just this week, and I feel like I've been doing the same amount of reps but with added weight, and I can just tell my strength is exploding in this area right now. Then Wednesday I usually take as a rest day, and then Thursday I'll do weight training but with legs, so like barbell squats, deadlifts, leg press, leg extensions, like curls, the typical bro stuff. So I'm not pushing the weight too heavily on the squats, but I'm really focusing on that mind-muscle connection and just working on my biomechanics during the squat, still working on it because of that back injury. But I have been feeling way more confident with my back. It feels like it's gotten exponentially better since starting this bulk. Maybe it has to do with more food, the joints being more lubed up, or me having enough nutrients to get stronger to fortify these regions. But yeah, I feel like I am getting better, but I'm still being very cautious about the amount of weight I'm putting on my back, because dude, you do not want a back injury, all right? I don't want a back injury. It ruins stuff. So leg day, then Friday I'll typically take off, because after a leg day I feel like my central nervous system's all like, whoa bro. And then Saturday is when I hit upper body weights. I'll typically do a compound movement for the front, compound movement for the back, then I'll go into isolations. And I've been focusing my isolations on my weak spots. So my whole entire right arm, been doing an extra like set on the right arm for specific exercises, because yeah, my left arm is just superior in every single way. But also my triceps, both of them, I feel like are a weak point on my arms. So I've been throwing in some extra tricep sets. And then Sunday's off, and then we start the week again. But yeah, it's only been 2 weeks, all right? It's only been 2 weeks, so it's not like I've been doing this for like months. So yeah, I'll probably run this like 1 to 2 more weeks, and then maybe jump into like a 5x5 or some like power building like training, something like that. Or I was thinking maybe like a Dorian Yates style training. I've been seeing a lot of that in the comments, especially on the Mike Menzer video, and I lightly looked into that. It looks potentially useful for me to be looking into doing right now for putting on muscle, size, strength. But if I do that, I will also still be trying to maintain my mobility throughout that. I don't know if that's included in his style of training, but that's very important to me now. I think I need to continue to do that regardless of what I do going forward. Now, there is also another body part that I have been training throughout these last 2 weeks that I've basically been doing every day. But you'll see what that is in a challenge. It's a very small body part, so I don't think it's going to make a huge difference to the overall physique. Maybe you'll see coming up. All right, just keep that in mind, that there is another secret part that I've been training that I'm doing like an experiment on. Don't want to go off on too much of a tangent, trying to just give you guys the rundown. So feel free to leave your opinion. That's literally just what I'm doing right now, and that's why I feel like I'm looking and feeling better, even though I'm technically fatter. Like, I really am. Hope you all have a great day. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned. More updates coming and more videos coming. Peace. I will see you all in the next video. I live my life a quarter pounder at a time. For those 9 seconds or less, I'm free. But you gotta focus.